was a special night for PJ, and just really proud of him. Just moving from the 2 to the 1. He's a better 1 than he is a 2. He just did it out of necessity last year. But the ball he's playing is as good as any point guard we've ever had around here. And he's leading, he's defending, he's making. Not only is he making shots, he's making critical shots, and he's doing it in critical moments. But he's just playing to the values, and he does it with a smile on his face. He doesn't complain. He never makes it about him. It's just, let's just go play to win. And the ball he's playing right now is part of the reason why we're playing so well. And it's going to be fun to watch him as he progresses through the season.
Take that ball and call you.
I told Chad that tonight. Like, we might as well just keep the tape on. And maybe it's keeping those fingers together. Maybe it's doing something to impact that shot. I don't know.
Coach, having gone through the experience now, it's a pretty neat deal. I mean, a lot of us haven't been here. Just talk about, is this something that maybe would be incorporated in something for one game in the future?
It might be. William and I actually talked about that. William Brown started all this at Legacy. He sits courtside for all the Furman games. He's always been a big supporter. And they love hosting it. And I thought it was a lot of fun. And something we could look at for sure. I mean, we looked into it being displaced and the well not having a day tonight, and it all worked out. But I thought it was pretty neat to come in the green going into this area and just put a game in the community. I think that anytime you have an opportunity to do that, it's well worth it.
They might have had a little run there for 3 or 4 minutes, but they outscored you. But for the most part, in a game like this, if you get a little sloppy, you maintain a pretty good level of control throughout the night.
Well, I think our team has done a really good job in both of these one games of trying to use these games to get better and really understanding why you play these games. Nobody asks Duke while they're playing Wofford or Kansas while they're playing us. They play 6 or 7 of these games. You learn your team, you learn your depth. Guys build confidence from it. You get to practice different things. All the defenses that we threw out there tonight. It's part of building your team so that when you get to league play, you know exactly what you have. And for us, we've gotten off to this fast start. People don't realize we're still young in some spots. And so when you're building a schedule and you got an American team, you got a Mountain West, you got a Missouri Valley team, you got a contender in A-Sun, and you're starting a true sophomore. You got a redshirt freshman coming off the bench. You got another true freshman coming off the bench. You want to get these opportunities to build their confidence. And Coop starts the game with that big dunk. Ends up with 16 on the night. He's smiling. He's the Mason. Right? We haven't gotten Mason quite as many minutes as we would like here lately. But tonight leads us in minutes. Goes for 20. Sees the ball going a little bit. Edrin's still working away through, coming back from injury, and just kind of, you can see when a guy just wasn't in camp at all, and still knocking some rust off. So this is a good game for that. And it's all to prepare to be your best when you have to be your best. And for us, it's January, February.
Coach, you hit the road for 4 games, and it's going to feature something that you really haven't had to deal with much in mid-time, and that's a distinct time change. Just talk about how you have managed that going forward.
I tell you, that's a great question. We've talked to NFL GMs, we've talked to NBA coaches, we've talked to people in other sports that change time zones, and it's one of those things where we just tried to get as much information as possible to be able to make some decisions on this. And it's not only that you're changing time zones, it's also that you're tipping at 11:30 at night and Eastern, 8:30 at night down there. And so we've talked to a lot of people, and the consistency is manage the sleep, manage the hydration. The whole theme of the off season for us is we got to be brilliant in the basics, and that's really what it sounds like in this. And our strength coach is tremendous, and he's got a great plan. We're going to start to implement that plan as soon as we get back from Charleston, even before we take off on Sunday, and adjust some different sleep times, adjust what we're doing hydration-wise, adjust what we're doing food, and then go tip this thing up. It's a very good Seattle team, and be ready to play.
It's funny going from playing here, you're going to play the Hollis in Cincinnati in the basketball heaven as far as I'm concerned. But just that kind of, you're going to play here in Charleston Southern, and then a week from there in Allen Fieldhouse. And just the opportunities, it's really just a cool thing.
I think it's our time where our team can continue to bond, and this is a very tight team. You can see when we play how close they are, but now we're going to get on the road. And it will be, one short trip to Charleston, a long trip to Vegas and Kansas, through Thanksgiving, and then come back for a little bit, and head down to Florida Gulf Coast, and we'll find out a lot about ourselves. And we're gonna play some good teams. Charleston Southern was beating LSU most of the game last night, and LSU made a good run there late, but I recruited Son Emily, and it's gonna be a pretty neat, for he and I, it's going to be a cool moment. I was a primary recruit on Sa the year before I came here, and to see what he's been able to do and to build himself up as an assistant and now to be the head coach down there, I couldn't be more proud of him. And so, that's going to be an emotional moment, being able to go down back, where I was an assistant. We played down there a few years ago, but they're going to be fired up, ready to play. And we're going to have our hands full, and we got to be ready for the challenge. So, looking forward to taking the show on the road. But defense travels, connection travels, system travels, and you understand you're playing for one another and with one another. We got to make sure we keep doing those things. And I thought we did that in our one true road test so far. I thought we had a ton of adversity, and that win continues to keep getting better and better. They beat Oral Roberts last night by 10, and then knocked off Lipscomb at Lipscomb. Lipscomb was a very, very good team. So, I think we've had one good true road test, and now we're about to get 4 more.